a whole new world with Facebook advertising. Facebook was basically just to post pictures of my kids. I'm talking to my partners and we're kind of getting ideas. And once I told them this, we were on a trip to Tampa, and on the plane, they were bugging out. They saw my phone after I got off the plane and we landed, they saw my phone blow up. They were like, "Why is your phone going off constantly?"
All right. What's up, guys? Jason Wardrop here, and I'm here with Gary out of New York. Gary, what's up, man?
How are you, Jason? Not much.
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. So Gary's on here today. He posted in our Facebook group the other day with some absolutely insane results with our six-figure agent system. He got 120 leads in his first 2 weeks of going through and implementing the system. And you just telling me you didn't have really any experience with Facebook ads before jumping in this. Is purely like you just post pictures of your family and different things going on, but that was pretty much what Facebook was to you. So yeah, we'd love to hear a little bit about your story. And I know you're just pretty new into real estate. And so tell us about that journey. And then soon after you saw an ad for our program, jumped in and right out of the gate started seeing amazing results with it.
Yeah. So basically, I got my real estate license in October of 18. I started with a friend of mine in January, maybe, early February. And I, came across this six-figure agent. I was ordering books and I was ordering, PDFs and all these other different things that everybody advertised online. And this just kind of, stuck at me for some reason. I watched your demo and I said, "Hey, you know what, let's give it a try." I mean, I didn't realize the power of Facebook and Instagram because, as I mentioned before, I have other businesses that we use it for, but nowhere near what I've been using it for with this. And I think I ran my first ad February 23rd, and I just checked today. I mean, we're up to 154 leads at this point, and it's actually overwhelming.
Yeah, that is crazy. So what's your daily budget? How much are you spending to be able to generate those leads?
So I did the recommended, $10 a day, which when I heard it, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to spend $300 a month. That's really not how it works.
Yeah.
Again, something I was not totally aware of until I started doing it.
Yeah.
So I did the $10 a day. I thought, I said, what, let's give it a shot.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I mean, $10 a day, you've like to get 154 leads in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. I mean, I don't even know what that cost per lead is. I don't know how much you spent, but
a little over $1, I think, or something like that. It was nothing.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. Especially in the real estate space, when you compare that to, truly a Zillow, Realtor.com, you get leads for like 25 to 35 bucks.
Yeah. Especially in New York too.
Yeah, especially New York. And you're not only like getting those leads, but you're competing with other agents in your area for those leads for those same exact people.
That's right.
So anyway, I love hearing about that success there. Which ad campaign were you running? We've got several in there. I'm just curious which one you're running.
So right now I'm up to, I had three. I took one off because one of the houses sold. So being that I'm new, I didn't have any listings or anything. So that was one of my concerns when I, downloaded the software and started running everything. I said, all right, what am I going to do? But again, watching the videos, I went to one of my agents that works in my office. Yeah. He had a listing. He said, no problem. I posted his, and then we were just getting hits like crazy. He recently sold that. Unfortunately, I didn't get the buyer end of it because he got a buyer end himself. He recently sold it, so I took it off. But then I did the list. Of all of the homes on Staten Island, 500,000 and less. And that just blew up my phone. Like I said, I was on a business trip. I got off the plane and my phone just started going crazy. And my friend was like, this is ridiculous. And then I just recently met another agent in a different office, and she just gave me a new listing because a lot of my clients were asking for new construction. So she gave me one of her new construction listings, and the same thing. It just nonstop.
That's awesome. Yeah, those new construction ones, those work amazingly well because obviously new construction, new build, you got the cool fancy pictures and everything like that, and those ones just perform extremely well. So that's awesome. So anyway, you're getting all these leads, and as we all know, the fortune's in the follow-up. So it's big time. Like you can get all these leads, but if you don't have a good follow-up system in place, if you're not touching base, then you're not really going to close any deals. So what does your follow-up system look like? Are you calling these people right away? Tell us a little bit about all that.
So, I mean, again, I realize in the world that we live in, people do not like to talk on the phone. I've slowly learned that. I've been in the this type of business for over 30 years. So now with this generation, and they want it quick. They want text me, send me the information, email me, and so forth. So, so for the first listing that I did, I just did the app. So you got, I was getting, the text was going out, the email was going out. They were getting it right away. And then I was, responding from there.
Yeah.
If I felt I had a connection, then I would do the phone call.
Yeah.
With the first listing, people didn't realize the price of the house because I ran that whole thing, look at the whatever photos and to get the price. So when people did get the price, because again, in my area, the numbers are up there. So,
Totally.
but at least I got the lead, and at least I got, something to, reach out to them with and say, hey, if you're not looking for that, I have this.
Yep.
So that worked out well. But then I watched your video on the messenger robot chat thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Was it many chat?
Yep.
That thing is insane.
Yeah.
So, I was just telling we had a realtor meeting today at one of our local places. 2:30 last night, my phone is having a conversation with a client, and I actually paid for the upgrade so I can get the delay and get the little 3 dots that actually makes it look like I'm talking to them.
Totally.
So that feature is unbelievable. I actually get get an email from ManyChat telling me, how great I'm doing because I'm getting so many follow-ups with it.
Yeah.
So and then once they go through that whole process with the ManyChat, and it finishes off saying, okay, I'll take a look for you, and I'll get back to you. And then boom, from there, I get back to them and I say, hey, listen, do you have time to talk? And that blows me away.
It's so true. And this is one thing I talk about all the time. Like you look 30 years ago, you pretty much had, landlines, you had home phone to home phone, you could leave voicemails, and you're just like looking at the methods and forms of communication. And then you start getting cell phones, you got texting, and then social media comes around. And now you've got like Messenger, Instagram, Snapchat, texting, voicemail. Like you have so many ways to connect with people now, that if you're not going through and maximizing all of the different methods of communication, because like you said, like some people prefer phone calls, however, not as many as they did 10, 20 years ago. Some people prefer texting. Some people prefer Facebook Messenger. And so if you're able to go through and set up a lead campaign and utilize all these different avenues, it's just going to benefit you that much more, get you that many more sales conversations, appointments, and ultimately just more closed deals at the end of the day.
Yeah. And like I said, it's to the point where I have another person in my office that I have to give her some of my leads because I don't have the time and I cannot get back to them fast enough.
Well,
so that's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing.
Totally. I'm sure she's not complaining about that.
No, she's definitely not complaining.
She probably loves you.
Yes.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, I mean, just to wrap up here, if there's any, like, let's say realtor that maybe new into the real estate space, or they tried Facebook ads in the past and maybe just didn't have success, or someone that's on the fence, what advice or what would you have to tell them?
I mean, if they're not doing Facebook, I don't know how they're going to survive in this real estate world. And again, I am new to this. I am only a few months in. I mean, as I said, I have other businesses. We've promoted in the Facebook, market, but nothing like this at all. So, yeah. I mean, between the advertisement you get on Facebook and Instagram, if you're not doing it, you're not going to survive.
100%. No, I totally agree. And it just like, obviously it's not saying you're not going to do the referrals or not doing some of these other prospecting methods. But as you mentioned, like, your little Facebook Messenger bot was having a conversation at 2 a.m. last night. So it's just another way to go through and just use leverage and contact and connect with a lot more people.
Yeah. And like I said, I show people as the conversation is going on, I'm actually showing people, look at what's going on. It's great.
No, that is so awesome. Well, Gary, thanks so much for jumping on here. I know you're busy, so I don't want to take up too much of your time, but thank you so much for jumping on and sharing your story with everyone.
Great. I appreciate it. Thank you for everything.